Hey guys, Rob Skiba here for another seed update. I just got back from South Africa. I spent about a week out there, and I'm going to be producing a series of these behind the scenes videos over the next week or so to show you guys what I did over there and what's being done on this project. Very exciting stuff. In this particular video, I'd like to take you behind the scenes and introduce you to the man who's really making things happen for this project. He's my producer over in South Africa. His name is Johan Colff, and this is an interview I did with him. All right, here we go. Okay, Johan, tell us about Post City and a little bit about yourself, and then how did you get involved in this project?
Sure. Basically, Post City, I started around about 4 or 5 years ago. The idea was to bring people from the industry together that's kind of left the commercial facilities and went out to do their own thing, but they lack infrastructure. So we tried to put some infrastructure together to bring the guys together in a facility and facilities across the world where they can service international clients with the stability of a big facility, studio kind of infrastructure, but you have the top of the range, independent people working behind the scenes. With regards to Seed, Mornay, who's a brilliant actor, editor, I know we're a multi-talented guy that I've met on a previous film that we worked on a few years ago. He introduced me to yourself, I think almost 3 years ago now.
I think so,
2
yeah,
to 3 years
3 or 4.
ago, yeah. And loved the project then and loved when it came back. He initially contacted me for the audio side of things. And when we got chatting, I said to him, look, we have a fantastic animation team within the group. And from there, here we are.
Yeah. So you seem to have a talent for attracting other talent. You're my South African producer here. You've assembled an amazing team for this project. So what did that look like? How did that come about?
Yeah, so over the last 2 years, we've been working quite a few international and local films. And I met Hilton through another director, which we were busy with on another project. And we just really clicked when we met the first time. And I've invited him out here. And he loved the stage and he loved what we were busy with here. And immediately wanted to work together.
Oh, wow.
And we've been pitching on quite a few projects together from the animation and VFX side. On their side, they ended up joining the Post City network. We have a little program that you guys can join with. And I just feel that it's the right person, the right talent, but also the right personality. At the end of the day, when I assemble a team, I don't just look at what they've achieved, but really on if their personality matches the director that we're going to work with, the project we're going to work with, because we all work in such a close proximity to one another that we can't have egos clashing and those kind of things. And the same with Mornay. I met him through another colleague of mine that is a great composer, and he brought Mornay here for a visit again to see the stage. This being the only Atmos stage in Africa, came to have a listen to some of the projects we've done, and then Mornay brought another project here to come and final mix. And again, I just listened to some of the work he's been doing, and again, coming from an audio background myself, I was impressed. It was, it might sound vain, but it was on a level that I thought, look, this is matching what I do, and even better in certain ways. So when this project came about, it was really just, it's easy, pick up the phone. I knew exactly which personalities were going to match this project. Again, from Mornay's side, the previous project that the mixed here, the same time, not the same time genre, but again, the fighting, the gunshots, the movement, the atmospheres. With Seed, I think a lot, except for fantastic visuals that Hilton's creating and the team, the sound design for me is always 50%.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes we want to be a little vain and say it's 60% of the film, because people tend to pick up easier when there's an audio problem with a project than the visual project. But at the end of the day, that conveys the emotion, and the sound makes you feel like you're there. It's almost adding that immersive element without having the 3D visual glasses kind of thing on. And for me, again, the team was that. It's getting the right people in. And Edward, that you've also had a chat with on the music side of things. We've composed on a few films together, and again, it's that emotion that we want to create. Reading your story, getting a bit to know about who you are and your background, and just trying to bring people together. That's really going to without any judgment to one another. Everyone has different, views in life, but we all can work together and bring Seed to life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's talk about Edward a little bit. I said I wanted to make this epic. I wanted Hans Zimmer, was it Blake Neely, I think, the television, and I said the television series Arrow, that's the music I love. And you're okay, yeah, I got the guy. So talk to me a little bit more about Edward and what he brings to the table.
Sure.
Because you said to me something along the fact you've worked with some of the best, including Zimmer, and you're like, this kid, he's amazing.
Yeah, look, I think, I met him as well on a previous project. He just came out of college, and I brought him on board to do some orchestration for the score that I was composing. And starting to work together, I just could feel that this kid's talent is just, it's above. You work with a lot of people over the years, and sometimes you just feel. And I think, again, with music, it is a language, and you need to learn to speak that language. And some people are just born with that talent. Some people can learn it and can become fantastic, but some people are absolutely born with that talent. And I think Edward is one of those guys, where he just understands the picture, he understands the timing. And he is so multifaceted, because we've done stuff from Africa to Bollywood, to the big orchestral kind of stuff, the Zimmer kind of stuff that you were talking about. And again, he's that multifaceted talent that he has to really go from any type of genre, like some of the biggest guys in the world. That I think he's heading in that direction. Given the right networking opportunities, he will definitely be making some notes in future. Yeah,
love having him on board. The whole team has been amazing. We got some interesting equipment here behind you. You mentioned Atmos, and that was something I was not familiar with. Of course, surround sound, everybody's familiar with that, but what's the difference between surround sound and Atmos, and what are we going to be attempting to do with the sound design on Seed?
Sure. Well, in the old days, you got mono, then you got stereo, which is 2 speakers. Then it went to 5.1 surround sound, where basically you have a left, center, and right, and some rear speakers for your home cinema setups, or side speakers for cinema. What Dolby, as well as Aura 3D and a few other people have started to do, is they wanted to create a new dimension in audio. We as humans, we don't hear just from the front. We experience sound all around us, from the top, from the sides, wherever. And they started creating this technology to really bring higher definition to the sound field, because that is actually what Atmos is, and most of the other immersive sound formats, is instead of that you having a one side that you amplify all speakers with one channel, every single speaker now has its own amplification, and you can move sound with much more precision. And I try and explain it to people in the world of the visual world, where you get 4K and 8K picture. At the end of the day, it's a bigger canvas, where when you're filming in 4K but delivering in HD, for instance, you can move things around much more. You can create pans, you can create zooms, which in the past you couldn't do. And I think that is what immersive sound for me does as well, is it just brings the audio world in high def all around you. Atmos layout speakers on the sides and on the ceiling. The side surrounds are also a full range these days, where with all standard 5.1, the side surrounds were not full range. So now if you have explosion on the side, that low frequency comes together with the side speakers. It's not coming from the front. And although in theatre perspective, low frequencies normally travel, they say it's omnidirectional, you can still feel when a bomb goes off on a certain place. It just the direction where that sound waves are coming from, you do feel it. And I think that's what they've achieved in the format. And what we want to do is, again with Seed, is mixing this in the immersive field. It's just going to put the people really right where that visual is. So if we have a guy and the plane comes, and the visuals, the plane's flying from one side to the next, or the guy's been thrown, from one side to the next in the plane, the person watching it will feel that, and they will move with it, and they will feel that they are there. And I think that is what makes entertainment what it is, and that's what takes you away from your current circumstance. I mean, that's the point of entertainment, is to take you away into this other world where you can just be free for a while and experience someone else's ideas.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, last question. What excites you most about working on Seed?
Look, I think for us, it's, as a team, it is just, it's something different in what we've been doing up to now. Working on an animation project like this already opens up so much more creativity, which you don't normally have with a standard kind of, whether it's filming on set, and you've got a lot of limitations when you're working on live production, where in the animation field, again, there's so much more scope. The storyline of Seed, what the vision is and where it's going to go, I think that's, for me, the exciting part. I mean, this is only a small part, and it's really a teaser. It's really going to leave people wanting more, and I think it's the more that I'm very much looking forward to. Having a bit of a read on this on the scripts going forward, it's a fiction story, but there's a lot of real in it, and I think as people in this world, we do need that fiction, we do need that escape, but we also need to have something that brings some thoughts into one's mind, think a little bit bigger, think a little bit differently than we were taught in our little boxes. And I think that's what Seed does. It just takes us a little bit out of our box into a new realm which we haven't really explored as much before.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for assembling an amazing team and for being a part of this project.
No, it's a pleasure, and thanks for having us on this project.
Seed is our effort to take all of my research over the past couple of decades and to put it into a mainstream television production that can literally reach millions of people. And this has only been made possible by our supporters over the years. And again, I can't thank you enough. You know who you are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you'd like to see this project continue beyond the teaser and you'd like to sow into Seed as well, you can do so by clicking the link in the description below. If you click on that link, it takes you to the main page of our website, and there you can scroll down and you'll see right away there are several options for you to check out. If you're unfamiliar with the project, you can click on the Seed development, read the general overview. If you'd like to read what happens after the teaser, you can click on the PDF here and read the first script in the series for free. And if you missed the audio drama we did back in 2014, you can click on there. You can click to get on our email list, check out our previous Seed updates and blogs to see our recent progress. And if you want to know about our research, you can click on that link right there. That will take you to our Seed store, where you'll see right at the top here I've got our the first 4 scripts of the series put together in a book, and several different versions of it, sort of a basic version, a special edition version, and a limited collector's edition version, numbered and signed by me. And of course we got other Seed merchandise you can check out there, and then you get to the section of the research behind Seed. If you want to know what Seed's about, well, here you go. It's pretty much anything I've written about, done conferences about, talked about on my YouTube channel and radio shows, and all of those resources are available here on our Seed website and various package deals that you could take advantage of if you so desire. Now, going back to the main page, keep scrolling down. There's a video, What is Seed? It's a video I did back in 2010 explaining the project, other parts of the project, the comic book, the fiction novels, the video games, of course the TV series, the goals, where we are in our fundraising, and finally get to where it says Be a Sower. This is how you can contribute to the project if you so desire. If you believe in what we're doing, then you can get behind us by clicking on any of these 4 links right here. If you want to pay by PayPal or credit card, you can click on option number 1. If you'd rather send a check or money order, you can click option 2. If you'd like to contribute with crypto, you can use option 3. And if you want a tax-deductible contribution you can write off, you can click on option number 4. Now, we are not a 501c3, but we are sort of underneath one as a subcontractor with Mountain Movers International. So if you click on that link, it takes you to the Mountain Movers PayPal account, and there you can make a contribution. Mountain Movers takes 8% and an admin fee, covers the credit card fees, as well as helps to support their ministry. So if you want to read more about what they do, you can go to mountainmovers.org, see what they're doing, and 8% of your contribution goes towards helping them, or about 5% after the credit cards get their cut, and then the rest they send to us at the end of the month. So if you're looking for a tax deduction for the end of the year and you believe in what we're trying to do here, you can use option number 4, or if you just want to contribute another way, use one of the other 3 options. Either way, we thank you, and stay tuned for the next seed update coming soon.